Hello everyone, I am Sai and welcome back to my channel Sai Tech. In today's video to do the epic kind of battlegrounds or mobile gameplay comparison between all of these smartphones which I got right now. I'll just try to show you what is the default graphics settings, all this process which are having in these phones, and without using any kind of GFX tool and no config tool used during this time of demonstration. I'll try to mainly focus on the 60 FPS because all this process belongs to the mid-range segment only, so we cannot expect 90 FPS. So in case if you want the 90 FPS video, make sure to check that video, friends, which I uploaded just few days ago, as you can see. And after uploading the 90 FPS, most of the comments I got about the 60 FPS. Can you please make the video on the 60 FPS mid-range segment mobile phones? And that is what this video is dedicated for. And you can see the list of process, all the phones, what it belongs to, as you can see. So this will give you the clear idea what is happening with this kind of Snapdragon process and the Dimensity process. And you are seeing this one phone separated from the other categories because this is a MI Max 3 device which has got the Snapdragon 636 processor. First, let's start with this phone and then I'll try to continue each and every process showing you the default graphics. So Snapdragon 636 processor, let's see, friends, what is the battlegrounds mobile default settings you can actually get in this phone. So let me show you exactly. By default, you'll be getting about a smooth and medium, as you can see, and the balanced and medium. And there's no option for HD and medium, I think. Yeah, there's no option for the HD and medium, as you can see, absolutely. You can only have the smooth and medium and balanced and medium, that's it. This is the MI Max 3. This is a 6.9 inches phone, so which did not release in India, obviously. But still, I'm trying to focus on the processor. This is a Snapdragon 636 processor. So these are the settings which we got in this processor. Let's move to the next processor, which are the Dimensity processors, 2 Dimensities, and rest of them are completely Snapdragon processor. So next, let's move to the Dimensity 700. So this is present in the Poco M3 Pro and other smartphones, Redmi Note 10T and other devices as well, which is a Dimensity 700. We did see in the Realme as well. So this will be the common for even those phones. So this is what I'm trying to mention, friends. So don't try to see only the phone model, but try to focus on the processor. So this will be the same default settings will be available for different smartphones with same processor. That is the one thing you should remember. The Dimensity 700 will be having the smooth and ultra, balanced ultra, HD and high, and there is no HDR support, as you can see, obviously. You will get only the smooth and ultra settings. So there is no 60 FPS you cannot expect in this device, obviously, because there is no smooth and extreme, unfortunately, as you can see, friends. So these are the default settings which are belongs to the Dimensity 700 in the Poco M3 Pro device. This is a Poco M3 Pro which I'm trying to do, as you can see. Now let's move to the next processor, which is the Dimensity 800U processor. So I'm not trying to waste any kind of time. I'm trying to be a little bit kind of quicker in terms of showing you the default settings because it takes a lot of time for me to cover each and every smartphone. So in terms of the Dimensity 800U, the device which I'm trying to use is a Realme Nord 30 Pro. Let's see in this Realme Nord 30 Pro what kind of default settings we can actually expect. And let's go to the settings and go to the graphics, and we do have the same options: smooth and ultra, balanced ultra, HD and high. And there's no HDR option, obviously there's no HDR, as you can see, friends. That's kind of expected. So this is a test without using any kind of GFX tool, nothing at all, by default. So you'll be able to play only at 40 FPS, so in the Dimensity 700 and in the Dimensity 800U, the battlegrounds mobile game. That's the one thing which I thought of just mentioning. So we are done with the Dimensity process in the mid-range segment. We cannot find any other Dimensity in this kind of range. There's only next is a Dimensity 1000 plus, so which is available obviously 25,000, 27,000 in the Realme X1 Pro. That's not our point in terms of making this video. I'm trying to make a below 20,000 which phone has got what kind of settings. That is what my point is. And let's move to the next phone, which is a Realme 6 Pro, which has got the Snapdragon 720G processor. Let me just show you exactly what is the graphic settings. In the Snapdragon 720G processor, we do have the smooth and ultra settings only. There is no smooth and extreme settings, unfortunately. And next is a balanced and ultra, HD and ultra, and there is no HDR settings, obviously, as you can see, friends, in the Realme 6 Pro device with the Snapdragon 720G processor. These are the default settings you are getting in this device, absolutely, as you can see. So now let's move to the next phone, which is a Samsung Galaxy M51 device, which has got the Snapdragon 730G processor. This is the Samsung Galaxy M51. Let's see, friends, what are the default settings we can actually get in the Samsung Galaxy M51 device. So let me try to quickly open the settings and show you the default settings. So in case if you have any other queries, make sure to let me know in the comment section below. Definitely I'll be able to make a video on that particular topic as soon as possible. So next is the graphics, and here's the graphics settings, as you can see, friends. So you do get only smooth and ultra, balanced and ultra, HD and ultra, HD and high, sorry, and there is no HDR option, unfortunately, as you can see, absolutely. So maybe if you use GFX tool, you will be able to play it high graphics. Obviously, that's not my point of making this video. So this my point of making this video is only to show the default settings without using any GFX tool. That is what my main point. Unfortunately, the Samsung at this moment Snapdragon 730G is not supported. That's kind of really odd to see. So now let's move to the next phone, which is a POCO X3 device, which is quite famous in the mid-range segment for the gaming obviously. But let's see this mid-range segment mobile phone for the gaming, what are the settings this can actually do it. Let's go to the default settings and show you. And by default, unfortunately, smooth and ultra, balanced ultra, HD and high. So you can actually use the GFX tool and other config files to get the 90 FPS as well in this phone. But still, using those will definitely may ban your account. So most of the people, they are not taking that kind of risk to play at high FPS. But still, I'll try to make a video on that particular topic in case if you're interested. So right now you'll be able to use only smooth and ultra, balanced and ultra, HD and high. That's it. You don't get any kind of extra options in this Snapdragon 732G processor. As you can see friends, unfortunately that's kind of this drawback. And this is a real-time floating window which we do have in the POCO X3 to see the real-time FPS count. That's the one thing which I was just mentioning for you all. Now let's move to the next phone which is in the race, which is a Snapdragon 768G processor. Snapdragon 768G, which we did see in the iQOO Z3 device. So this is the iQOO Z3 which you are talking about. So as you can see, this is iQOO Z3. Let's see iQOO Z3 what this phone has got. So in the middle we did skip the Snapdragon 750G. So Snapdragon 750G, I think we can only play with the smooth and ultra. There is no extreme in the Snapdragon 750G, I think so. That is the one thing which I cannot confirm. So as per my knowledge, Snapdragon 750G has only smooth and ultra settings. I think that is what as per my knowledge. And now Snapdragon 768G. So here where the things will get slightly interesting, because we do have the addition of the smooth and extreme. Yes, so from the Snapdragon 768G, then we started to see this kind of smooth and extreme settings. Yes, so before that, whatever the Snapdragon processor is, we cannot find the smooth and extreme settings. So you cannot play it 60 FPS in all those phones. Yes, absolutely. If you want to play the at 60 FPS in the backgrounds mobile, you need to choose the Snapdragon 768G processor, which is below 20,000 range. That's the one thing. And next is balanced in ultra, HD and ultra, HDR and ultra. That's it. You cannot play the ultra HD. It's not available, as you can see. Absolutely. So these are the few settings which you can actually play in the Snapdragon 768G processor. So this is a processor which started to support the 60 FPS of gameplay. Now let's move to the final device, which is ultimate budget king gaming mobile, which is called the POCO X8 Pro. So a lot of users, they are really buying this phone because of the budget gaming mobile phone for this kind of performance. And let's go to the settings and the graphics. You can actually get the smooth and extreme, balanced and extreme, HDR and extreme, HD and extreme, as you can see, and HDR and extreme, ultra HD as well. The Snapdragon 860 will unlock everything except 90 FPS. So maybe in the future we might get the 90 FPS. And I did see the POCO X3 Pro working with the config file using the 90 FPS in this phone. Yes, it is working. I did upload a video on that particular topic, but by default, these are the settings you can actually play it. So out of this all phones, which phone is a clear winner? Absolutely friends, the POCO X8 Pro is a clear winner in terms of having the really high graphics by default. Without using any kind of GFX tool, you can actually play with the really very good quality graphics in this phone. So final thing is that final conclusion is that in the Dimensity process, so below 20,000 range we cannot play the 60 FPS, and in the Snapdragon process we can play 60 FPS starting from the Snapdragon 768G only, not below that. So this is a Snapdragon 860 processor. This is a really high-end processor for this kind of mid-range segment. Absolutely, in this phone you will be able to play at 60 FPS without any problem. So that's a final conclusion friends in this kind of comparing Battlegrounds mobile. And in case if you have any other queries regarding any other processors, let me know in the comment section below. Maybe I'll try to reply to you if I have any kind of clue about those devices. And this is a quick comparison friends, and definitely I'll try to do the battery draining comparison as well, comparing all the phones. In case if you're interested, I can do that video as soon as possible for you all. Let me know in the comment section below what are your thoughts as well. And don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for this kind of more unique contents which you will be finding in my channel only. And these are 90 FPS video friends. Don't forget to watch this video. This is going to be really very interesting for most of the users. Try to check that video for more information. And this 60 FPS is working 100% without any kind of issues. It should not be that much kind of problem making it work the 60 FPS in the POCO X3 Pro. So final winner is the iQOO Z3 device and the POCO X8 Pro. These two phones were able to play 60 FPS Battlegrounds mobile with the latest version, which is the 1.5 version. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next video friends. I'll stay tuned for more updates. Bye.